Well, hello, dear friends from Hoi An, Vietnam. So, I mean, it's undeniable how adorable this town is. You have the lights, you have the lanterns, you have the boats. This town has been covered on Instagram and YouTube a million times. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. Suffice to say that it's a wonderful time to come and spend a few, 2, 3 days here. Yes, it's touristy. Yes, you're going to find lots of tourists here doing the sort of the standard kind of Vietnam thing. Uh, but that doesn't mean that it's also not worth visiting. It's a lovely, especially when the sun goes down right here on the water, you see all these lovely boats, all the lanterns lit up. It's hard to not appreciate just how charming this city is, even in spite of the fact that it's just sort of overrun, um, and has been sort of touristed to death in some sense. It still has that sort of kind of like delightful charm that you'll find, even if it is, full of people. It still has kind of a nice draw to it. The lights, the lanterns, the food. It's still kind of a sweet place to be and spend some time. There's lots of activities that you can engage in that are outside the city, but you should definitely spend at least an evening going through the night market, checking it out, going over the bridges, going to the Japanese bridge, making your way through the shopping and the shops in Old Town. It's an experience as well, but know that you're going to end up kind of in a crush of tourists. But if you can steal away a moment, that overlooks the water, and you can really sort of take in the lights and the color and the beauty that is Hoi An, I think there's still something, worth visiting the city for. Um, anyway, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on Hoi An, downtown, Old Town itself, because there's a million videos about that. So I'm going to focus on trips that are outside the city. I took a great little motorcycle trip to my son, and I want to share that with you. Well, there's many routes you can take out to my son. I chose to rent a motorbike. It's about an 80-kilometer round trip. Motorbikes in Hoi An, you can rent them. It's about $8. It was really great to travel through some of the rural areas, through the rice paddies, and see some of the amazing sights. You'll see a lot of these Vietnamese cemeteries along the way that are really stark and interesting looking as well. The site, it's a previously it was a Hindu temple complex, and it's been restored over the years, and it's really a fascinating area to visit. The historical significance, as well as just sort of in this middle of this nature area. It's really beautiful. So you can spend an afternoon, sort of walking through the complex. There are, I think, 5 different complexes that are spread out over the entire area of the Maisan property. It's really beautiful, and it's a great way to spend the afternoon and take in some of the culture that's outside of the city of Hoi An.